What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us again this week. Here today with Vryxster. How you doing today, man?
Not bad, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a nice Sunday morning. Usually we record these at night, so it's nice, you know.
I'm an early riser, bro. I got to get up and do things.
Yeah,
you know
I like that.
I can't be sitting in bed all day like that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I like it. Yeah. So before every episode, I like to pause. Let me burp a little second.
Red Bull got you?
Red Bull got me, yeah. Before every episode, I like to show like some sample of an artist's work to give you sort of like show you who they are, you know, so you know about them a bit more. That is going to play here, but the time code, if you want to just get straight to the interview, is going to be right here.
Let me in, I'm a motherfucking vampire. Step back and watch me grow this fucking empire. Baby girl, I can give you all your heart desire. Look into my eyes, fall deep, listen to this fire. Let me in, I'm a motherfucking vampire. Up like dessert, I know it hurt, could be you. If you put in that work, you had a chance, but you a jerk. East Coast, West Coast, out to Hawaii. Anywhere I'm at, my dude, you can't even. Tendering his surrender, this all over before the adventure begins. I really don't care, you think you Ender Wiggins. Entering this death of a parental wish.
And we're back. Well, sweet, man. You said you're doing good, so let's get it off with, where you from?
So I was born outside Philly, which if you don't know, that's kind of code for New Jersey. You just don't really want to admit that to anybody. I was born in a small little like racist ass town called Salem, you know, but it's a cool area, lots of culture. And then I spent some, you know, teenage years in Virginia before I finally came out here, and Hawaii's been home ever since, you know, almost 12 years now or so. So I'm really thankful for that.
And then in Virginia, did you say it was you were at Roanoke?
Yeah. So, but not the colony, you know, like the Croatoa, right? Like everybody disappeared. I wish everybody disappeared. Love that city. There's something in the air. It's a weird place, man. But it's a beautiful town and a lot of character. For sure.
So then Salem in
New Jersey. No. You're thinking of Salem, Massachusetts. I think is where the witch burning, right? So I promise, like, I haven't just lived like places where always ones that are like adjacent.
Hell yeah, man. So how long you been making music?
You know, I started during COVID, so I started a couple years ago, actually about a year and a couple months maybe, and just kind of jumped into it, you know, was on some Sad Boy Hours and tried a remix of an old MGK song first, and that didn't go over so well. I was like recording in my bathroom, like in the shower, right, with like an old iPhone mic with like a pair of underwear over top of it, to like as my pop filter, reverb everywhere. Yeah, so that's how it started, and it's really developed since there.
Hell yeah. So what made you like start? Is there like a history of music in like your life or your family?
You know, my dad actually plays guitar, and we don't have the best relationship in the world. It's not a big deal or anything like that, but I was like, I'm never playing guitar, you know? Yeah. And then I'm like 15, 16 years old. My best friend, shout out RW, he straight up wanted to be a rapper. Like that was his dream. So I was like, all right, that's his dream. I'm not going to do it. And but, you know, I was always like, that's his thing. You know, music is cool, but music has always been very special to me. I'm an emotional dude. I can't hide that, you know, and getting involved in it. And so it wasn't really anything I ever saw myself really doing, you know. And then finally, like the emotions and everything built up. COVID gave me a lot of time to think about stuff, and I started writing again. And next thing you know, it was like, why not me, you know?
Yeah. What do you mean you started writing again?
So, like in high school, I would write like a punk rock, like not pop punk, okay, but like punk rock, like it sounds like noise, you know what I mean? It barely even registers as music. Kind of lyrics with other friends and stuff like that, and just be really angsty. And I've always been a creative, you know, even if I wasn't very polished with it. I had a lot of fun doing it. So I started writing a little bit just to get my thoughts out, my feelings down, that kind of thing, and then it just built from there, you know?
Yeah, okay. So who are like your favorite artists then?
Oh man, I love music so much. It's kind of really hard to pick some favorites, but like as far as like who I'm constantly listening to, you know, I'm a millennial, so I like 50 Cent was one of my favorite artists to ever come out. I like AFI when we're talking emo music. I'm big on emo music. There's probably some pictures out there with me like eyeliner on, like the whole deal, you know what I mean? Some like skinny jeans, the whole thing, right? And, you know, and then the more modern, then of course, you know, you get to the sad boy music today. Before MGK sold out, he was making some sad boy stuff that I really liked. You've got Lil Peep, obviously, is a huge influence for me. We had a small talk about that.
Yeah.
But also, like, some of these kind of, like, guys who aren't taking it so seriously, like Lil Xan himself, I got to say, like, that was the moment for me. You know, hey, wait, if he can do this, I can fucking do this too. You know what I'm saying? So... but really, like, if you go through my playlist, you'll find all kinds of stuff. I'm like a secret Swiftie as well, you know, like you know, shout out if you want to get married, just, you know, hit the cell. Sorry, baby, that's not real, I swear. But music is just great, except for country, and I'm not really too into EDM, if I'm honest. But like, there's a few things out there that I mess with on that front.
Yeah. Did you hear when Lil Xan went to the hospital for eating too many hot Cheetos?
I did hear that, and you know, I've seen like middle school girls live off those for like weeks at a time. So it's kind of like, bro, like, how does that even happen? You know what I mean?
I didn't think that was possible.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not sure, but he also, I think he dated like Riley Reid, right? Like for a little bit. I'm pretty sure she said that they had relations.
I know he was with Noah Cyrus.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think they did a song together too.
I know this might be stupid. Noah Cyrus, is there any relationship?
That's Miley's sister.
Oh, that's Miley Cyrus' sister?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Miley and then Noah, and then they've got the guy, the older brother is like at the metro station, I think. You know, shake, 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 shake,
oh,
shake.
Really?
Yeah, that's her older brother.
Have they always existed?
Who?
Her siblings?
Yeah, they just weren't famous, I guess. I'm pretty sure they didn't just pop in.
They didn't like make him a lab or something once they saw she was doing good?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It could just be like, hey, they've got music talent. Let's bring them in.
Is there any relationship to who is the dad on Hannah Montana?
Yeah, that's their dad. That's Billy Ray Cyrus. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart.
Okay, so then he is their actual dad.
Yeah.
Were the siblings on the show?
I have no idea, bro. I actually like don't really watch them. I'm usually not this in tune with pop culture. You just caught me on like something that I like know a little bit about.
It's just the Cyrus rabbit hole.
Yeah, apparently, you know, I couldn't even name you like 5 songs by their family, but like maybe I can like scrape them together. Does the Hannah Montana theme count?
I don't know. Yeah, that was like for me. That was like the Easter Bunny. You know that like Hannah Montana wasn't real. It was actually Miley Cyrus. Rip.
Wait, for real? No, I'm just kidding.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. So, in tune with that. How old are you? 20?
I am 31 years young.
Oh,
yeah, no.
yeah.
Luckily, I look like I'm about 25, 26.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had this conversation already. Yeah. Honestly,
I get that a lot, and I really appreciate it. The secret to it is, and don't cancel me for this, but dating younger women. You are what you eat. Okay.
Who was it who said that the secret is sunscreen and moisturizer?
I don't know who said it, but that also works.
Do you use sunscreen?
I don't use sunscreen like I should because unless I'm out surfing.
Yeah.
I love to surf, but I normally wear like kind of the big full coverage shirts for that. But I definitely I got a facial routine, you know, every night, kind of, you know, clean it up, use a little moisturizer. You got to look good, you know, and you can only work with like the cards that you're dealt, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta use those to the best advantage you can. Polish what you have.
So so we already had this conversation. I am not doing great because I look, you know, and it's okay now because I'm only 21, but when I tell people I'm 21, they're like, damn. And you know, like a couple years ago, 3 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, I look older than I am. You know, maybe I could get a drink or something. But now, like, I'm like, oh, well, I don't need to look older than I am now.
Bro, you got plenty of time to look old when you get old, I promise.
So what can I do to stay young and vibrant like you?
Okay, so like the biggest thing is you gotta laugh a lot, bro. Yeah. Like I said, I'm kind of a goofball, and I own that. That's part of who I am. I can't change that even if I want to, so I'm not gonna sit here and try to front with anybody. We're gonna laugh over some stupid shit. Like, that's what I like to do, and that's the way things are gonna work with me. And if you stay laughing and you enjoy what you're doing, then you'll bring that youth into the room. That's really like, and that energy will stay with you for sure.
You're actually 31?
I swear I'm 31. I'll show you my ID afterwards.
You swear?
I swear I'm 31. I was born in 1991.
That's kind of crazy. You do not look like
I'm about to turn 32 actually, April 18th. Shout out Aries. You know?
Hey, yes sir, April 10th.
Hey, that's what's up, bro.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I'm not like huge into horoscopes, but like girls like it, right? So you gotta know a little bit about stuff to talk about it, right? You can't.
Yeah, there was that recently. I know you don't have TikTok, but I have TikTok, and there's like a moon phases thing going around.
Oh yeah.
It was like comparing you and your girl's moon phases.
So I think my moon is actually a Gemini, so don't kill me for that. But I think, I don't know, I'm like mostly Aries and Gemini and some Cancer in there or something. I don't know. I did my chart or something like that. I could pull it up on the app, but honestly, like, I don't care that much about horoscopes.
I don't know. All I know is I think I had like almost a full moon, and she had almost a completely gone moon. So it kind of worked out.
I mean, yeah, you feel what she's missing.
It was like.
I hope that's the way it works for most people. You know what I'm saying?
It was like 99% and then 1%.
Hey,
so it worked out, you know.
Are you in the 1%?
I think I was the 99%.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it worked out.
Yeah, hey, there you go. Like,
oh, yeah. Okay, so I meant to ask this question. So along the theme of, middle school for me, younger for you, I think. Would it be safe to say in like middle school or high school you had an emo phase then?
It's hard to call emo a phase for me because that's like part of my lifestyle to this day. I'm a sad boy at heart. That's what I am. I'm wearing stuff that looks pretty emo most of the time, to be honest. I never quit listening to music. Mm-hmm. The music, 30 Seconds to Mars, AFI, My Chemical Romance. I think I went to karaoke the other night and we were like singing those songs. You know what I mean? Like they were the first thing on. But there was definitely some eyeliner. There was some long hair here and there, some skinny jeans. I think I might have stolen a pair of my sister's jeans once. And then actually not too long after that, I actually like moved more to punk rock, like I was talking about when I'm writing. And I had stayed at my friend's house, and he's a punk rocker kid. He's got like 3 mohawks. He's like 14 years old, but he looks like he's 19 because he's just living this lifestyle, right? And I wake up and it's just. Homie is straight up just like buzzing my head, and next thing I know,
yours?
My head, yeah. I wake up and I've got a 12-inch mohawk, bro. And I was like, what do you do at that point, right? So it's just like, fuck it, we're rolling with it. Like here we go. Maybe we can plug a picture here. I'll send it to you.
You have a picture of it?
Oh, I do have a picture of me with a mohawk.
The picture's up. You gotta send it to me after this.
About like 16 years old, so we can totally pop that in. So, a lot of people would be pissed about that kind of thing, but I've always kind of just rolled with it. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, well, that's what I'm doing now. So let me go buy some combat boots. Let me like start listening.
That's crazy.
I had started listening to the music and getting into it some, so it was a good time.
I like to think that I'm a pretty like easygoing guy, but I think you just proved that you are an easygoing guy.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. If that happened to me today, like right now, I would murder someone. Like, look at his hair. I'm sorry, but like, if somebody did that right now, I would be pretty upset.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, how long did you rock with that?
I kept it for like a solid year and a half or so, and dyed it some different colors, that kind of thing. The funnest part is like when you have a mohawk that big. You have to like get in the car like this, kind of. You know what I mean? It's like poking sideways, that kind of thing, right? So it was pretty funny. And then we went to see are you familiar with the band Leftover Crack?
No.
Okay, so shout out Leftover Crack. First of all, they're a punk rock band. They're very kind of hardcore, heavy, not much screaming, that kind of thing. I actually rode in the trunk of a car about 3 hours, like, to get to a punk rock show one time. I was like 17. There was like 9 people in this car. I'm not even kidding you. Like people on people's laps, and I was like, it was like a free show for me to get in. A band I had loved for a long time. I was like, fuck it, just put me in the trunk, bro. And like, I literally I sat in the back of that car and was just like rolled out with it.
For how long?
Yeah, like 2.5 hours. We took a stop, stretched the legs out. Actually, probably had more space than like the people in the cab, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I switched with somebody on the way back, and he like rode in the trunk, and I was like actually fighting him because I was trying to get the trunk ride back. You know,
that's when you got to just like play it off like it was awful in there, you know.
Yeah,
and then on the way back, be like, I'll take it again, guys. I'll take the bullet, you know.
Yeah.
You're back there with a pillow and a blanket.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, not gonna lie, like they're like one of the people had like 3 people like all on top of him, like couldn't move. You know, it was. You know, that's what you do when you're 17 years old and then trying to go see the show. Like, one of the cars that was riding with us broke down, so that's why they had to, like...
Oh, yeah. That is the most, like, of what I imagine punk rock, like, high school shit ever.
Yeah. Oh,
2.5 hours in the trunk of a car to get to a band.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of stories like that, and plenty of them are more embarrassing than that, I'm sure. But, you know, that's a good little tidbit.
Okay, So man, like today, you're making music. You're out in Hawaii. Have you sort of like calmed down, or where are you at right now in life with music?
Oh, bro, I am not living that life at all. I'm on old man status. Like I said, I'm 31, about to turn 32. I look youthful. I'm not acting like it. You know, I take care of my stuff. I'm trying to do things the right way, but I also like to go to bed a little bit earlier. I like to wake up earlier. You know, I'm focused on taking care of the things like around me a little bit more than I am about going out and partying, that kind of stuff. Still love to have a good time, of course. It's just there's a certain reward to doing things the right way, and it took me a little bit longer to kind of learn that. Yeah, for sure.
So then, where are you like recording all your music?
Okay, so funny story. I record in my bedroom. I've been lucky enough to be able to afford a nice setup, you know, decent condenser mic, that kind of thing. I hang up some blankets around my room. So here's the kicker, right? My room is, I don't have AC. And we live in Hawaii. Not a lot of people have AC. That's just not a thing, right? So I hang up blankets around my room, and I close the windows, and it gets really hot, you know, and I mess up my music a lot. I fuck up. So I'm doing like 30 takes of the same verse over and over again because I'm trying to get it right. And so by the time I'm like going, I'm sweating. So I straight up record in my underwear, bro. Like I'm like practically naked while I'm dropping these lines about different stuff. And I get this mirror too, like in my room that's up, so I can like see myself. And I'm like, I'm up there like throwing hands different ways, and like getting in the energy and everything. And I'm like, I should record it, honestly, because, like, you know, there's a market for it out there. I swear. I'm gonna start an OnlyFans of me recording
music.
There's
definitely a market out there. Oh, my God. That's good. Okay, so what is, like... So while you're sitting there, you know, looking at the mirror of where you're in your underwear recording, so what's that, like, process sort of like for you, the creative process? How's that go?
Well, okay, so... you know, I try not to look because it's distracting. I don't know if you've seen me before or not, but like I'm a good-looking guy, so I gotta avoid the mirror a little bit. But when I'm actually writing, you know, I used to just write down any lyric that popped in my head, anything that rhymed, anything that was catchy. I would just put it in my notes on my phone, which is perfectly fine. And I still do that because, you know, I might have an idea that I need to develop. But a lot of times now I'm kind of punching through, listening to the track, listening to the beats. You know, shout out Invalid Users, shout out Shan, shout out a few people send me beats. You know, the people I work with online, I really appreciate you guys. But they send me some beats, and then I'll get a vibe for that beat itself, and then I will start to think, okay, like what am I going for here? What is the picture? You know. And then I'll start 4 bars at a time. Okay, let's loop it. Boom. Okay, here's a good idea. Where are we going to go from there? Next 4 bars. Okay, and I'll just keep going, and I'll develop the verse that way. And it feels a lot more organic to do it that way. And it feels like it matches the music a lot better. Other times it will be like my boy Miro will send me a song, and he'll be like, here's an open verse. Or what do you even think about this hook? And I'm like, bro, this hook sucks. But it could be better if we do this, you know, or whatever it is. I mean, his hooks are like fucking killer, to be honest. So but you know, those kind of things happen, and the process is always a little bit different. But you know, it's super rewarding when you finally like hit that verse, and you just got this moment of like, whew, I just killed that. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Okay. So I remember this question while I'm here listening to you talk and looking at you. So you said that purple is kind of your thing.
Bruh, okay, like, I got a lot of stories, so I'm going to tell you another story. About 3 years ago, I went on a mushroom trip, on a journey, my friend. I hadn't done mushrooms in about 10 years or so.
Dang.
something like that. And I threw some down on a peanut butter sandwich. Best way to eat them, by the way, peanut butter sandwich. Let me tell you. Rolled it up and I ate it. And before I ate it, I took a picture and sent it to my friend, right? And I get a text like 25 minutes. I'm starting to feel it, bro.
Yeah.
And my friend's like, you didn't eat all that, did you? And I ate like, kind of way too much. I don't know the exact amount, anything like that. Bro, I straight up turned into the color purple. I floated through space for like 10,000 years or like 10 minutes. I'm not sure. It all felt, what I mean? Like, kind of went crazy, but like, I was like, oh, and then the Marvel Infinity War had come out. Thanos is all talking about balance and like purple dude himself, right? And I'm just like in my bed, freaking out a little bit, like having a good time. I was pretty introspective for a while after that, but I definitely like my soul is purple. Like, it's the master color. I love pink too, but purple is where it's at, bro.
Why? Like, so like with like color theory on like what when people see the color purple, like what it means to them, what it brings them, like what does it actually like mean to you? Does it have like certain emotion side to it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's kind of funny because like when I was younger, red was my color.
Yeah,
I loved red, still love red, but it's passionate, it's angry, it's heavy, and I still got a lot of that in me. But blue is cool, it's chill, it's relaxed. You know what I mean? You start to mix those. You can have passion without being too aggressive. You can find a really nice balance there. We're back to the balance, right? And so having that play between the two of them, that's really like where I find myself in life. And I know that's kind of weird to identify as a color like that, but mushrooms are fucking weird, okay? So that's what happens sometimes.
Yeah. So was it like right after that like trip that you like kind of just adopted purple?
I had always been a fan of purple, and like I don't know if you've ever messed with mushrooms or anything like that, but no, okay.
Nothing ever like that. Nothing. I've never touched anything like that.
Nothing ever. I don't do drugs. For me, like I loved purple, and the thing about mushrooms is it teaches you, but it kind of teaches you things you already know. It just puts them in a different light, right? Yeah. I didn't identify as the color purple before then, but now like. There's an energy in me that is purple. Like I can tell you that right now, and I don't know where it comes from or how, but like that's just who I am, man. And it's really nice to like just know something like that and not to identify that way.
Yeah.
Now, like somebody's gonna cut this up, I swear, in like 10 years or something, and be like, look at this dude, he's identifying as a color. You know what I mean? Like I can just imagine like Republicans, you know what I mean, or somebody like being like, oh, now kids are identifying as a. And first of all, I'm 31 years old, so I'm not a kid, and I do identify as a color, but also a lot of other things.
Yeah. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna cut it up. Hawaii artist Vryxster identifies as color.
I mean, like any press is good press, bro. I'll take it, And it's not false. It is true. And if anybody wants to like talk to me about that, we can talk all night long. As you can tell, I'm a talkative dude.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So, can you go a bit into like, and you said that was what 3 years ago? 3 years ago?
It might have been a little longer than that. It was a couple years ago for sure.
Yeah. So you said it a couple times in there, like balance. So what does that mean, like? I mean, to you,
man, I hate to really be cliche, but like balance is kind of everything, right? You have to do everything with keeping that balance. If you lean too far on one side for whether you're music, right? If you're pursuing the music so heavily and pushing so strong, you're gonna lose a little bit of authenticity in my mind. Yeah. Just because you got to take your time to do it the right way. You got to do it the right way. You got to feel the emotions, and you can't force music. When you try to force a song, you can absolutely tell that artist has forced a song. My best stuff I've made has been like me just chilling, flipping through beats, and all of a sudden something catches, and it's like somebody else comes into the room and writes it for me almost. Yeah. I mean, I wish they would sometimes, don't get me wrong, because writer's block does happen. But just having balance between what you're doing, you got to have fun. You can't sit in your room all night long, all week long, and expect to have stories that people want to hear. Yeah. You got to go ride in the trunk of a car 4 hours to a punk show, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, this guy's got some life experience. So finding that balance is really important, and it's not always easy. I suffered from some pretty heavy mental issues and disorders throughout my life, and finding that balance has kind of been something that happened to me over the last few years as I've developed, and it's just so important to try to hold on to that.
Yeah. Where do you your best in your mind, you know, regardless of how anything's done, like views or listens or anything, in your mind, your best work, what kind of like has brought that about in the past?
Honestly, my best work has kind of come from others pushing me a little bit. You know, guy drops a song with an open on it, and he's like, "Hey, like I think your voice really fits this verse. You know, like why don't you write something to it?" Once or twice I've done it, and you know, the guy's like, "This don't fit the vision." Hey, that happens, bro. You know, if it doesn't fit your vision for your song, then I don't want to be on it. You know what I mean? It's got to be collaborative. That's very important to me. So my best work actually really does come from when I'm making sure that whoever's making the beat, whoever's doing this, doing that, is sharing the same vision as me, and we can really just elevate it to another level. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. And then I can kind of see it from, you know, your music taste, your fashion taste, your the stories you have from when you were younger, you know, all of that. You're like, you said you've struggled with some mental health shit throughout the years. So how has that played a role into forming who you are now, you know?
Man, that's such a multifaceted question. You know what I mean? So I am diagnosed bipolar. You know, I've been in and out. I've called my best friend, my roommate, you know, crying at 4 a.m, like, "Hey, you got to come pick me up." And she's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm at Sandy's, I think." You know what I mean? Like I don't even know how I got here. That kind of, you know, I was in the psych ward when I was 16, 17. Those kind of things have happened, and it's been a real struggle. But it just creates more stories, and it took me a long time to realize how much value there is, you know, in being present and enjoying the people you're around. Because if I had killed myself, if something had happened along those lines, I wouldn't be able to sit here and experience and laugh with you, cut it up. I wouldn't have made music. I love music at this point in my life, and like the idea that I wouldn't have pursued these things, I wouldn't have had those opportunities, the smiles, the joy it brings, like that's just crushing to me to think about. So at this point, like I'm in a really great place. You know, my girl is my rock, super solid. You know, a lot of guys won't shout out their girl, but I'm sorry, she's my fucking queen and my princess. I love that girl. And it really just helps solidify, make other things so much easier. Is that the break? Is that the half hour?
Oh, you can keep talking.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So it makes other things like so much easier, you know, to just pursue when you know that like somebody has your back that way. But yeah, it definitely makes the music more emotional for me. My first songs were super sad, boy. You know, Lil Peep, man, I can listen to him for weeks at a time, and I got to be careful not to like fall too deep, because I can, next thing you know, it's like 2 a.m. and I'm walking around my neighborhood and I'm like, wait, I'm going off the deep end. What's happening? I got to get back on track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just being conscious, and luckily I'm old enough. I'm starting to learn who I am and watch for those signs for when I'm starting to falter a little bit and start making changes.
Yeah, man. So that makes me sort of just wonder, like you said, you're doing really good now, which I'm happy to hear. Would you say, like, do you think music has helped you with mental health struggles, or would you say it's something that now that you're doing, like, you're doing well, it's something that you're able to do because you're doing well?
Oh, man. You know, I think it's a bit of both, for sure. Like I said, with the Lil Peep thing, listening for hours and hours, that can take you to a dark place. It absolutely can. But that's the beauty of music. It you know, no matter who it is, somebody, you're going to be speaking to someone. Yeah. Someone is going to understand what you're saying and get it. And it might not be for everyone, you know what I mean? I have friends who, they can't stand Pete because his mixes aren't super solid. I mean, the kid was doing it in GarageBand, right? For me personally, when I started doing music, it was just to get it out. And that did help. And I've been really fortunate, man. I've got a lot of great friends, a lot of good supporters. Like, thanks to everybody who's ever like listened to one of my songs, even when it was garbage, you know, one of the first ones, and they were like, yeah, bro, just keep going, like keep doing it, you're gonna enjoy it. Like I bumped it in my car, I showed my friend, like, yeah, like they're just like happy for me that I've got something I love, you know what I mean? And let me tell you, like, it is, I never thought music could be like this passionate for me ever. And it's just something I never considered. And yeah, like having that, it is another like solid thing I know that is mine. You know, I can make a song and I can say like, no matter what, nobody can take that from me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so whether it's getting my emotions out or talking about the dirty things I did with my girlfriend, like, you know what I mean, in my song, whatever it is, it's mine. And it doesn't need to be 100% the truth. It doesn't need to be, 100% cap. It can be like whatever it is still yours. Just have fun with it, bro. You know what I mean? When you have something that you can consistently have fun with and it's not a job, it's not work that way, you know, then it becomes like such a, like, it's just a great, passionate thing.
Yeah.
And hopefully you can hear that in my music, especially as it's developed along the time of me learning and getting in the microphone more and that kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. What would you say, like, your style or your sound is?
I get a lot of crap because I can't really sing. So my friends are they'll like kind of bust on me a little bit about it, but like I'm a good sport. I know I can't sing. So I stick to like really simple melodies a lot of the times. And I try to be really catchy hooks and simple melodies for those. And then I'm developing a bit of an aggressive, lyrical, technical rap. I'm not a whole lot into wordplay, but you can really feel and hear like my emphasis on different words. You know what I mean? Like I'll get really harsh at certain points, or I'll get really soft, and I'm really learning how to ride the pockets of music, and that's kind of where I'm like priding myself on is when you hear me, you're not going to hear the same level of talking the whole way through like this, even though it sounds on time and it's different. And that's not me, man. I'm going up, I'm going down. You can feel it. It's coming in and out. It doesn't matter. You're really going to like, take a second, listen to one of the songs. You'll hear the emphasis of me being like, okay, this song, I'm attacking it. I'm going to literally eat the mic.
Yeah.
That song, okay, I'm kind of sad. Let me like sit back a little bit. It's just, so my thing is passion.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can hear passion in my music.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. So what, like, I don't know, I guess what changed, when you said that you're doing good now, but in the past it's been bad, and every now and then you said like if you listen to a lot of Lil Peep or something like that, you let yourself slip. Like, where'd the change come to where you're doing well now?
I'm gonna talk a little bit about my family, honestly. I've been really lucky to have some great friends. Hawaii is a community-oriented place, and I'm so lucky, so thankful to be out here. I'm not gonna lie. And the people that I've interacted with, they've been nothing but encouraging and good people, and I'm just like so thankful for that. So surrounding myself by these people has really helped. Granted, still had some depression, different things going on. Girls come and go in your life a little bit and can crush your heart. That happens. But like realizing that that's part of it, bro.
Yeah.
Life's a roller coaster, and you just learning to enjoy the lows almost is like is an art form itself. Now specifically, what was like, okay, I'm not gonna like ever entertain the idea of killing myself again. Maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, I went to visit my mom's, and we had a family gathering. Yeah. And I bought my nephew this little like dinosaur set that like you like carve out these like plaster dinosaurs. So you're like digging, right? Yeah. And I'm like talking with this kid, and he's like kind of excited to play with it and stuff, right? And like we're doing it, and he's like hitting it, and he's like pulling out dinosaur bones and starting to pull it together. He's getting excited, and I sit and I'm like, hey, did you know people do this for their job? And he looks at me, and I see like the gears turn. You know what I mean? And he's like, he looks, and he's like, for real money? And I'm like, yeah, for real money. He's like, with real dinosaur bones? You know what I mean? He's like 6 years old, something like that. And my heart just like filled up so much. You know what I mean? I just wanted to crush him. And he like goes running over to my sister, his mom. And he's like, Mom, people find dinosaur bones for real money. You know what I mean? And like at that moment, it was like, if I had missed that moment with that kid, like that would have been just like so heartbreaking for me. And at that point, it was like, I will never ever consider doing it. I will wait it out. I know that things will come up. Those highs will come. Like I'll have that moment where it's like, oh, I love it. I've got my family around. I've got my friends. Be like, I just nailed that fucking verse. You know what I mean? Like those highs, you just got to ride them and stick to them as much as you can. Because because the lows are gonna come, but that's life, bro. Like nobody goes through life without having some lows. Just don't focus and hyper focus on life. Doesn't have to be easy, doesn't have to be hard, but just enjoy the ride, bro. Yeah. You don't know where you're gonna end up. I never thought I would come out to Hawaii. I don't know about you.
I never thought I'd be in Hawaii.
Like when you know, living in Virginia and fucking like seriously, like bro, like living out in there, like Hawaii is this like rich people place that like people go for vacation, right? You know what I mean? Now I get to fucking live in paradise.
It's still hard for me to just accept it and believe it and realize it's true.
Exactly. And like, is bikini season all year long? Like, let me tell you, bro, if y'all gonna need to get out to Hawaii at least to visit. Don't stay. I'm sorry. Like, I'm selfish. I love this place. There's too many people. But I shouldn't gatekeep. You know, aloha. Live aloha. If you're going to come, go to Iolani Palace. Go learn the local culture. Give back. That's all I ask. And, it's such a special place. And like, it's the happiest I ever been in my life. Yeah. You know, I credit a lot of my happiness definitely comes from living in such a wonderful place with the wonderful friends I've made. And if you're out here military, if you're out here not military, or stationed with somebody, make sure you aren't a townie. Make sure you get out of the Marine Corps base. Make sure you interact with some local people. Learn how to speak the language a little bit more. You know, be respectful of the aunties and uncles, and just interact with people that live here, because it's not a vacation place to live. You're going to be frustrated if that's what you're searching for coming. Anyway, that's my rant on Hawaii. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a passionate thing for me, so I got to talk about it a little. But so the combination of those good friends, the place I live, I've got a stable job, which obviously, like, stable job helps a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it allows me to pursue things and not have to worry about how I'm going to get food next week. And so I'm really lucky. I'm really thankful for like any opportunities I get in life at this point.
Okay. So then, what would you say like is most important to you in life and like matters to you most? You know, makes you happiest? You know,
the ability to give back is honestly like the biggest thing for me. I'm always trying to like, you know, help my friends, do what I can. Like I love to jump at those opportunities. For me, it's about community. Like I said, my girl is my rock. Yeah. She makes me incredibly happy. I never ever have to worry about her like going out and talking to dudes. She's gorgeous too, bro. Yeah. Like everybody should be trying to talk to her. I'm not gonna lie. But like she still like calls me and she'll be like, oh, you know, like this guy was trying to holler at me and blah blah blah. And then like I'm like, oh yeah, you know, like that's gonna happen. You know, I can't get jealous. You get jealous in a long distance relationship, it's over. Trust is where it's at. But like having music, having these things that like I just know myself really well, and I like I said a few years ago, I had that realization. I thought my life was never gonna make it this far. Yeah. In my mind, I'm on borrowed time. Any good things that happen at this point, I'm like, fuck yeah, like thanks life, like I appreciate you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Working with all these different artists, meeting the people I have, you know, I've got friends in Japan. I've got friends in Bangladesh. I got friends in Czech Republic. I got friends in England, all over the States. I mean, it's just I'm so thankful. But I do have to say I'm lucky. I'm really lucky to have had the path that I have. So.
So, you've mentioned like several times now, like friends and people you care about, like. Could you go a bit more in depth on sort of like what that means?
Sure. So like shout out Kapiolani Community College. I met a lot of people out there, and at Windward Community College when I was taking classes, that kind of thing. I was doing like engineering stuff that, you know, and just, you know, local kids that were learning and just needed friends while they were studying. I mean, that shit's hard, bro. Like, that shit's real hard. And just like, hey, like, do you want to go grab food? Do you want to do this? Like, oh, let's go down to the beach and have a get together. And, you know, they've just, there's always someone I can call. And I appreciate that so much, because a lot of my life, it really felt like I was a burden. And these people have really made it feel like they want me to call them if I'm having something going on. You know what I mean? You know, and everybody gets busy. I can't fault them for that. I got a couple friends that I haven't talked to in a year and a half because anxiety has just been like, it's too hard to text back. And fuck, I've been there myself, so I'm not going to hold that against you. But when you're ready, I'm here. You know what I mean? Let's do something. Even if you just want to go grab like tea and like chill and talk, cool. As you can see, I love to talk, bro.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So you think like they've helped you out a lot in life, like just friends, people you care about, like that?
You know, a lot of times when people say like your friends are helping you out, it's they're there for you and listening to you, or they are, they'll come pick you up and go for a ride, and those things are absolutely invaluable. But just knowing I have these people that I can have more experiences with, that would be like sad that we didn't get to make more experiences together. That knowledge is almost more important to me than, hey, like it's 11 o'clock, I'm feeling kind of sad. Will you come over to the house and let's go for a walk?
Yeah.
I totally appreciate that. But the knowledge that I can do that anytime in the next month or two, and just know that we're gonna like be on some real conversations, and actually like no judgment is gonna happen.
Yeah.
They're just gonna like see me for me and be happy to like spend some time. Like that's really awesome.
That takes me back to, you said something in the beginning. I don't remember if you said it while we were recording or before. You said that recently you've been learning but more about being in the moment and being present. Could you go a bit into that, what that means to you?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people are caught in their heads, I think, with where I need to get, what I need to do, how I need to make it. I like to make short-term goals. I don't like long-term goals. Long-term goals are big and scary. And a lot of times they don't feel like they're ever going to come. My first short-term goal, let me make a song.
Yeah.
Made a song. Okay. Let me make another. Okay. Now I want to play a show. Okay, what do I have to do to play a show? That's a little bit more long-term. Okay, let's make a few more songs, get a little more polished, Hey, wait, Tuesday, we get a show Tuesday. I don't know if this is going to drop by then or not, but that's okay. We get a show, and it's my first one. Hey, what's my next goal? Bro, let's think about let's build the scene a little bit in Hawaii. How do we do that? How do we get more shows? How do we get more people coming? How do we get more people making music? How do I make music with some of these people I'm playing with on Tuesday? So for me, a lot of it is like I just need to sit in the sun and be a plant and feel that moment, and not worry so much about how I'm going to make it. How am I going to blow up on TikTok? I don't even do TikTok. It's not happening, bro. How am I going to blow up on Instagram? Who am I going to pay for a feature? Nah, fuck that. Who wants to hang out and make music?
Yeah.
Who wants to go down to the beach and cruise and not talk about music for a little bit? You know what I mean? Like for me, it's, again, I'm back to the experiences. I'm just enjoying this fucking ride, and wherever it goes, wherever it takes me, I'm super happy with what I'm doing right now. So I don't care. You can go anywhere. I'm not trying to live in the gutter or anything, I'm not trying to get robbed down in Chinatown or anything. But wherever it goes, I'm happy being in the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's just like so important to really just like embrace the little good things, the little victories just add up.
So have you had in your life, what music career or not, what are some of like the biggest like ever like learning experiences you've had?
Oh man. The biggest experience, I have a lot of people that struggle in life, in my life that I care about. And I love each and every one of them. They can always call me. They know that. I try to be there as much as possible. The hardest thing is watching someone fail over and over again. And all you want to do is help. You want to say, hey, do it this way, do it that way. You can't tell people shit. Even on this, you guys can listen to me. I appreciate the conversation, but I can't tell you how to live your life because you've got your own habits. You know what I mean? You got your own stuff, and it's just frustrating, and it's tough to watch sometimes. And I don't have all the answers. I've been depressed most of my life. You know what I mean? But learning to just love people without trying to not disrespect, but expect more of them. Whoever it might be with their struggles, hey, I'm here to listen, and I want you to be better, but I'm not going to, just because you might lie or do something that isn't exactly a positive, I'm still going to love you for you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just happy to have this conversation, whoever it is. If we're talking and laughing and joking, then I can ignore some of the extra stuff because I just try to focus on the positives. And that took a really long time for me to learn.
Yeah.
The other lesson I would say is talking about making these changes, right? Like trying to eat healthier, work out, making more music. You don't wake up tomorrow and suddenly start eating like edamame and freaking soybeans and like you know what I mean, and like go on a nice diet. You don't do it like that. You have to slowly make little changes. I think you know, you posted something recently with Sorrow. He was saying that little hill becomes a little hill.
Yeah, it's never a mountain. He said.
Hey, great, you know, great little point he made there. Me personally, I feel like, you know, little changes. Hey, you know, I'm not going to have cereal like Cinnamon Toast Crunch every day. And, you know, maybe I'll have oatmeal, or I'll have some eggs and spinach, you know, or even just eggs and cheese. But like just taking care of little changes and letting it morph over time. Yeah. Again, break those big problems down in the smaller stuff that are easy to handle. And you'll find life so much easier instead of focusing on such the big picture. Keep those goals in mind. Don't forget them. Know what you're working toward. But break it down into manageable pieces. And again, it's one of those things. It's so easy to say, but it's so hard to start doing, so bro. Fucking hard. So hard. And like my heart goes out to everybody struggling out there, bro. Like I feel you. I promise I feel you. Yeah. I still struggle. I'm in a great place. I will say that, but I do still struggle. My girl was all like, why are you so sad? Like last week, bro. So like I have my ups and downs, you know, but like you just got to bounce back. You got to put a smile on, like make people laugh. I'm trying to look old as shit in like 5 years when my smile wrinkles start coming through, bro. Like let the age catch up. I don't care. Yeah. Like if I've got wrinkles for that, then I'm happy.
So this is like a real like vague and broad question, but I just wherever you feel like you want the answer to take you, and whatever just like kind of pops up into your mind, you can go with.
I can't do anything else. I don't know if you can tell, but I'll just keep going off tangents. So go ahead.
Where do you feel like you find your like, or how do you define your identity as a person?
Well, first I have to start with like purple, you know, like obviously purple is what I am, right? Man, part of that comes with age, to be honest. Just you know, getting a little bit older, you start to learn yourself. I've always been a pretty confident dude with some security issues, you know, insecurities in there. And but that didn't mean I didn't know who I was. I think a lot of it was I was afraid to show who I was when I was a bit younger. It was just like kind of ridiculous, right? I'm sitting talking about how I had a 12-inch mohawk. Yeah. Right. So I still showed stuff, but like maybe it was hard for me to like be vulnerable. And like then I realized people like when you're vulnerable, when you're real with them, when you talk to them, when you're not afraid to tell these stories that are embarrassing, because everybody's got embarrassing stories. You know what I mean? I'm a goofball at heart. Any one of my friends will tell you I do some dumb shit, you know, and not like he's so stupid dumb, but I make like cheesy ass jokes constantly. Like, you know, I'm not a father, you know, maybe one day, not a father right now. But dad jokes, fucking love them. Puns, fucking love them. You're not gonna catch me trying to flex. You're not gonna catch me trying to put on. I'll switch my style up a little bit. Yeah. You know, but like it's just being secure and comfortable in your own skin. Who cares, bro? If I fuck up this show on Tuesday, I think we were talking about it earlier. Oh no. Well, I can do another show, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hope it's not my only chance to, like, I don't know if my vocal cords get severed or something, you know what I mean? Like, damn, like, that would suck. And then, oh, okay, we'll have Siri do all my vocals or something. You know, some AI, I don't know. But, like, it's really just, you know, learning your confidence, learning what you like, just trying new things, bro. Like, you have to constantly try new things. If you get stuck in patterns of doing stuff, you confine yourself to a box. Nobody should be confined to a box. Get out of your box. Be uncomfortable. Take the ugly girl home one night. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, you've got to really just live. And you can't be afraid of risks. You can't be afraid of mistakes. I love mistakes. Let me tell you, in my work, my job, my personal life, I'll be like, I fucked up. This is what I did. Hopefully it's a learning moment. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do it all the time again. But you're never, ever going to be like, it wasn't me. Like, oh, I don't know anything about that. No, fuck that. Like, I messed up. That is all on me. Accountability is so important for that kind of thing. And just being real with people and the conversation and sincere and authentic, you know. People appreciate that even if they don't, like, put the words to it. You know what I mean? So you just got to be your biggest your own biggest fan for one. I bump my shit constantly, bro. I'd be in the gym 4 hours at a time, like playing loop. I'm not in the gym 4 hours. I'm not that big, but like I'll be looping my own songs over and over and sitting there like singing in the car and stuff. And like, oh, what do you listen to? Myself over and over. I got several people kind of arguing over who's my number one fan. I'm like, it's none of you, it's me. I promise. You know what I mean? And part of that is making music I want to listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then if nobody ever hears my shit, it's still mine.
Yeah.
I can still turn it on and that kind of thing. But yeah, just learning about yourself just really becomes that thing. I've always been into fashion. I've been kind of different that way. I wear some shit and my roommate will be like, the fuck do you have on? And I'm like, I like it. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? Like yeah. I'm sorry. Like my outfit for the show, actually, she was like, I don't know, like, you're gonna wear that? And I was like, no, it's happening. I'm not changing it. I don't care. I let her shame me one time and I never wore those shoes again. And now I'm like sad. You know, I shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is. So just, you can't care about what other people think, but that's also not a like, fuck the haters kind of thing. I don't really believe in haters. There's a lot of people that say something like, if you ain't got haters, you ain't doing something right. Fuck that. Why do you have haters, bro? like, what are you doing to make people hate you? Like, honestly, not enough people care about me in the first place. Yeah. Like, I'll say that, you know what I mean? But if I'm being authentic and somebody's hating on me, they ain't even worth the energy to think about, bro. Yeah. Like, y'all have fun, but I'm not like out here like, oh, thanks for hating. You know what I mean? Like, you're not using my name to get big. You're not giving me good press. Like, I'm not worried about that, you know? So it's just like knowing when and how to use your energy and being intentional with it, I think is super important. We talked about TikTok and social media a little bit. I hate social media. I got Instagram. We're going to be posting this on Instagram. I fucking hate social media, bro. I deleted all my stuff in like 2012, and the only reason I got a freaking Instagram is because I make music, and you got to promote. You have to if you want to do shows, if you want to work with people, you gotta put promote. And I get to show off some of my outfits and stuff like that, so I do appreciate that a little bit. Yeah. Kind of fun story. We were talking earlier. When I first got the Instagram, I actually I didn't make the Instagram, right? I had this girl in Houston made the Instagram for me. Super sweet girl. Shout out Jamie. I appreciate you so much. She was running it. She was following all kinds of people that I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like in and out promotional pages, whatever. But she was posting my stuff, and I was like super appreciative. And then I met my girlfriend, and I don't know if that quite like worked for her. And then different people would message me and stuff, and I was like, okay, maybe time for me to take it over. But she's still like a great friend. Hella appreciate her. Yeah. So I'm lucky enough. Like people have been in my corner to push me to like do things in a different way, like, and part of that is the collaborations we're talking about, right? Like, I'm not a pay for a feature kind of guy. I'm a let's go make something and hang out, bro. Like, like my time, that's my currency. I hate wasting time. So if I'm doing something, I'm doing it. We're not like hanging out. I'm not sitting in the studio scrolling Instagram. I'm not in there on Reddit. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love Reddit. Won't lie, I love Reddit. It does eat my time, but like move with intention. That's all I can say about that. And if you move with intention, you'll find your identity.
Okay. So what, like in the music making process, or not even just the making process, everything about you and music, what's like the most fun thing about it for you, being an artist?
Oh man. Well, I mean, I haven't played a live show yet. I'm super excited for that. I'm hyped as fuck. The most fun thing is music is challenging, right? And it puts you in that flow state. It can put you in that flow state where you're working to the best of your ability, but you're also challenging yourself to get better. My first shit was garbage. There's no denying it. I mean, everybody's is. I don't care who you want to talk about. Go listen to their very first thing they ever recorded.
If they haven't scrubbed it from all of history.
Right, yeah. You can find my first song on my SoundCloud. We might plug a link or something. I don't know. Yeah. I wouldn't even advise listening to it. If I'm being honest. Please don't. But it's there. And the point I have that there is because so other people can see the progress. They can see the growth that I've gone through. And it's just so freaking rewarding. So you have those moments of, how do I challenge myself? How do I, I nailed that rhyme. My breathing was perfect on this. A lot of people are like, I jump in the booth, it's done. Bullshit. I'm sorry. You get better with practice. Absolutely. And there's a lot of people that can nail a verse like that. But don't tell me you jump in the booth and it happens instantly. You ain't J. Cole, bro. Calm down a little bit, all right? All right. I mean, there are some people that can do it, and I'm super happy for them. But me personally, yeah, it's that process. It's that, oh man, like I can't believe I just did that. And like I said earlier, like you hit a verse just right, and like literally, like you see me in my room in the mirror, I'm half naked, and I'm like, woo, I fucking killed that. You know what I'm saying? Like flopping everywhere and everything. You know what I mean? Like it's just is what it is. And I'm like, I come out of my room and I need some water because I'm all sweating and stuff. And I'm like, roommate, you gotta listen to this. And my roommate's a lesbian, bro. She's like a grumpy ass lesbian. Sometimes she's like, she don't even care anymore. She's like, it doesn't even bother her that I'm like half naked or anything. She's just like, okay, I'll come listen. So, I really appreciate her. She's always listened to every single song, even when they were garbage. And she'll try to be constructive and nice. Yeah. Maybe you can add a little bit of emphasis here. You kind of sound like you're rapping with your shirt tucked in or something like that. I'm like, damn, bro, like fucking kill me. You know what I mean? So like that's really rewarding. Recently with my last single, I sent it to my mom, and we played it earlier, I believe. It's a dirty song. There's no denying it's a dirty ass song. And luckily my mom is pretty funny. She was like, hey, this is your best song I've heard. You're doing a great job. Maybe these lyrics aren't for your grandmother to hear. I was trying to get her to play it for grandma too, but she wouldn't do it. So like whatever. But like my first stuff I sent my mama, like her and her husband, like, shout out mom and dad. I appreciate y'all so much for listening in the first place. They got a great sound set up. They love music, vinyl everywhere. I got to get a vinyl press at some point out for them specifically, right? I send them my first song, and basically my mom was like, this is garbage. Like your mix is bad. Your lows are muddy, bro. Like your lyrics have no intention behind them. Like you have no emphasis. Baby, I appreciate you, but I can't show this to my friends. This is embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, damn, mom. Like you could have like put it up on the fridge and said it was like, oh, that's cute, baby. But like my mom wants to see me get better, and she's like a huge inspiration for me as far as music goes. Every time we go there, we argue about music. Like that's what we do. We get drunk as shit. And we argue about music, and it's always a fun time. And it's funny because I'll show them some stuff. They'll be like, "This is great," and then in the morning they're not drunk anymore. They're like, "I don't know about that." It's kind of funny. But like one of our very first discussions was like NWA getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Oh man, bro.
When did that happen?
That happened like. We're gonna take a pause real quick.
You can finish it though.
That happened going like 5 years or 6 years ago. I don't remember the exact date. And my mom and dad, we were talking, and the dad's kind of like, it's rock and roll, there's no instruments. And I'm like, well, Tupac had live instruments for a lot of his music, you know what I mean? Dr. Dre was playing piano when he was writing a lot of these instrumentals. It's not necessarily, like, there's real melodies. And to me, rapping is cadence. It's like a snare drum or something. How do you attack it? How do you release? How do you emphasize? You go up and down in tone. Absolutely music. Now, that argument didn't go quite that coherent. We were drunk, and I get to the point where it was like, NWA lived life like rock stars, okay? Don't tell me that the Beatles and Metallica sound the same. You know what I mean? Like, if you play Yellow Submarine next to, what I mean? Next to Nirvana, they're using similar instruments, sure, but those are not the same genre at all. And NWA absolutely lived like rock stars. Anyway, I just had to say that on video, so they had to, they can argue with me and be like, I'll know if they actually watched everything because they're gonna call me like, you bastard, But it's funny, they bought me a mic for the show. They're big fans, like, appreciate music a lot, that kind of thing. And he actually texted me, he was like, when you make the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you got to shout me out. So like, he gave a little bit, but he plays guitar and stuff. They're great mentors to have. Yeah. Again, I'm just super lucky, bro, to have so many people in my corner.
Hell yeah. Okay, just reset the camera batteries and everything. Is there a red blinking light there?
Yeah. We're still recording over there.
I bet.
I'll like send you a hand signal or something.
I bet. I wasn't sure if I had started recording again.
Right.
Okay. So you're making music right now. You got your first show coming up on Tuesday, which by the time this is released, that will already have been recorded. It's with Hawaii up-and-coming artist Hua. Check them out on Instagram. Go to his links, check out, see some of the show. And then the next episode after this will be a compilation episode of interviewing artists, post performance and stuff, including yours truly.
Yep.
So,
yeah. Be there.
Check that out also while we're at it. And then his links are going to be in the description. At the end, I'll have him say his links out loud. So anybody who might be driving,
I really appreciate anybody that checks it out. I like working with other people too. So artists out there, like, hit me up. I got a lot of projects in the works, but like I said, I'm not charging for features. So if I fuck with what you got going on, let's do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So what else, do you have going on in life, besides music? Any other, hobbies or anything?
Right now, outside of music, there's not much. There's my girl.
Yeah.
There's work. There's music. And that's kind of like what I'm living right now. Trying to go to the gym, get the abs back, that kind of thing. Going out on the boat this summer, So gotta look pretty for that. So I'm spending a lot of time at the gym. But I've kind of been a nomad for what kind of hobbies I've done. I'm lucky enough. I played a lot of sports growing up. I was this size in 8th grade, bro.
Oh, you were a monster.
I'm not a big dude, but for an 8th grader, I'm a big dude, right? So I played football, and I was pushing these little kids down, basically that kind of thing a little bit. And I've had a lot of fun, doing that. Scored touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
I was a skater kid. I landed kick flips. I've done some competitions for that kind of stuff. I'm really passionate. You can have a lot of different hobbies. I'm a Dungeons and Dragons nerd, bro. I was a DM for a while. You know what I mean? It's just good fun to hang out with your friends. This is a different demographic, I guess, but go try it, bro. You'll have a good time. You'll let loose, be a little goofy. Seriously, please be goofy, people. I've done stuff like that, worked on cars. I don't know, you see my post the other day. I had a little pink car and a shitty text put on there.
I don't know if I saw that one.
My friend did my sticker. She did a mock-up with some Photoshop and stuff. It is so terrible that it's amazing. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. But I've always loved cars. I've been in and out of just so many different hobbies. I started doing a little bit of photography stuff for buildings. Obviously, I love to travel. My girlfriend's from Czech Republic. Shout out Czech Republic. And anybody over there listening right now, I appreciate you guys so much. It was so good to meet all of you, over at the birthday party. And just, I'm thankful for that experience. Prague is a beautiful place, bro. It's like if a city was a vampire. I'm not even kidding you. Like in the fog, there's a castle up on the hill, and you just in my mind, I'm you know what I'm talking about, like that kind of thing. So the traveling, I've been out to Japan. Japan is amazing. Tokyo is one of the coolest cities I've ever been in. I've been lucky enough to go all over the States. I don't care what you do it with passion, bro. That is the biggest thing. Don't half-ass your shit. If you half-ass your shit, people can tell. Just do you. If you're gonna DM and do Dungeons and Dragons, write your characters out. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do a kickflip, you do it 50 times and you freaking video it to see what you're doing wrong, and then go look at a YouTube video, the guy doing it and showing you how. Okay, let me learn. It's really important, like I said, to do things with intention.
Yeah.
That is so important. So it's important to go do things. Absolutely. When you're getting involved in a hobby, suck at that hobby. Be brave enough to suck.
Yeah.
That's so important too.
It is.
Be brave enough to suck. But while you're doing it, surround yourself with people who will tell you what you suck at and how you can get better, and go learn, bro. Open up a book if you have to. Open up YouTube. Open up clips. I will say there's a lot of misinformation for stuff like that, especially if you go on YouTube for mixing music.
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
Oh my God. Some of the tutorials on there, if I followed them, I would sound even worse than I do already.
Yeah.
But so try different things. Have lots of different walks of life. I love music. I want to stick to music as long as I can. I want to do this. I have some goals for music. But if the next wave comes, bro, I got to ride it. Speaking of waves, I love surfing too. I was doing pretty big waves at one point, and now it's I'm out of shape. I'm not up at North Shore during the eddy. That's not fucking happening.
Yeah.
But we can still, go drop in and have some good time out there, and I need to get back to doing it a little bit. But living in Hawaii, you gotta enjoy the ocean, bro. If you're not enjoying the ocean, you should live somewhere else. I'm serious. I know I'm fortunate enough to have the time to go enjoy the ocean, but it's so important to just like go out there and float and just feel the sun and the water and just, like you said, live in the moment and it was one of the best things that ever happened in my life was just me floating out of that water, and then I come out of it and I met my girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just the way things go. So.
Okay. Did you say? Oh, also just a note. Yeah, videography is the exact same way with YouTube. You gotta like. There's so many different channels out there where people are really good at making content, but once you find those like people who you can tell are actually like masters at the craft, they don't have that as many followers because they might not be like kings of the algorithm. Yeah,
bro, my first like mixing tutorial I ever watched, the guy was like, so find a snare you like and then put it over top of the snare in the 2-track you have, like the regular like instrumental, and then find a bass drum. And he was like making me rebuild the beat basically with some other sounds, and I was like, what? And he was like, and then you put ozone on it. I'm like, okay. It was a very it just wasn't a very comprehensive idea. I'm a student at heart. I love to fucking learn. So I'm like, okay, I've got to find the right resources.
Yeah.
And identifying those can be tough. But if you don't know, go ask somebody that does. You know, that kid who's been doing it since he was 13. He's probably got a few ideas that can help you out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you said you've done a lot of hobbies and you threw those out there and stuff. When you are, say 80 years old, if you make it that long, you know, Lord willing.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. If you're 80, you know, you're laying like on your deathbed or in an old person's home. What do you think you're gonna miss the most about being young and spry?
Running, bro. Like exercising and moving.
Really?
Like I gotta move kind of individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like not necessarily the exercise itself of like, okay, I'm running for an hour or nothing like that, but just the ability to go like, oh, let me jump on the basketball court and go have some fun. You know what I mean? Or let me skateboard down the road. Like once I can't do that, it's gonna hurt. But that's why it's really important to like have some stuff that takes your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can be an old dude in the cane and maybe I'll be rapping like this a little bit instead. You know what I mean? Or something like that. I'll probably have to slow down a little bit, but we can hit it, you know, like we can figure it out. I don't know. You know, you got to have something that challenges you. It's important to be challenged. Once you get too comfortable, you get stagnant. And so I think hopefully by the time I'm 80, I'm pretty like, you know, I'm ready for bed. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I'm tired now, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But I got a lot of goals and things I'm working towards, so I'm not ready to lay down in the bed and hang out. But I think that will be something I miss. But hopefully by that time, I got a lot of like kids and people around me that will bring energy and will be like still want to care about my story. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a lot of stories, bro. We could talk for 2 days probably, and I wouldn't get through half my shit. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking at.
I think it's just that.
So that's the kind of stuff I'm looking at. Like, is just how can I impact people in a good way? How can I inspire others? And how can I help elevate the people I love? And I'm hoping by the time I'm 80, I'm sitting in a place where I know that I did that. And to be honest, I'm starting to get into a point in my life where I'm already starting to feel like, you know, people are talking to me like, hey, like, it's cool you're doing this stuff. It's cool that, like, even though you have bipolar disorder and you pretty much wanted to kill yourself, you came to school smiling, and you can feel when somebody does that and has that influence on other people. Influence, I fucking hate that word now, but having that influence of people feed off your energy. Yeah. You know, I want to be that guy that when I come in the room, like, okay, what are we doing? Let's attack it. Hey, baby, what's wrong? You know, like, let's figure this out. Like, however I can, I want to elevate and bring good morale to the room. You know, that's just really important to me because, again, if you're not having fun, what are you doing? Yeah. I mean, I get you got to work. Everybody go work. Work sucks. I get it. But if you're not having fun with what you're doing it wrong. Yeah. You gotta try to come at it at a different angle, you know. So.
Would you say that like, are you happy with where your life's headed and what's going on?
Yeah, I definitely can say that. It was a long ass process. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of like really tough struggle times. I spent a lot of time in my life crying. I spent a lot of time in my life crying to other people. I am the happiest I've ever been in my life at this point in time. And every day, like, I'm a little bit happier, you know, and I didn't even think that was possible. And like I said, part of that's the good people I've surrounded myself with. Part of that's living in such a beautiful place. Yeah. Part of that is the challenge I've got with music. I'm fulfilled in so many different areas of my life right now that I don't have time to be unhappy. You know what I mean? If I start getting unhappy, I'll loop. Next thing I know, I'm sitting and I'm staring at my wall for hours of a day. I can't fucking move. I can't fucking do anything. And you know what it takes? Occasionally somebody will text me and be like, hey, I'm going to the gym today. Do you want to go? Hey, shout out Asia. Just happened the other day. I was like, I'm not feeling it. You know, I'm not like tired. I hadn't really eaten anything. She was like, I'm going to the gym in an hour. You want to go? Thank you so much. I appreciate that text. She got me out of bed. She put me in a better mood. You know what I mean? And we chilled, we talked, we went to the gym, hung out, and went to the pool. You never know how a little text like that can make or break somebody's whole day. Yeah. And when, you know, and just, hey, I want to make something with you. Let's do a fucking music video. Yeah. If you were depressed and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I fuck with this song. What kind of video, what kind of vision you got for this? All of a sudden your gears are turning. Your brain's not thinking about all those things that are wrong. You're focused on what are we making? What are we doing right now? Live in the moment, bro. Do what you can to just stay positive. And a lot of times for me, it's like I don't want to do shit, but I'll say, okay, let me do 10 minutes of this. Yeah. If I try 10 minutes and I still don't want to, I'll quit. And almost every single time, 10 minutes in, I'm like, okay, what am I focused on? All right, how can I switch this? How can I switch that? You know what I mean? So again, it's just in the moment. Switch your environment. If you don't like what's happening, you got to change it a little bit, you know, and that starts small. That's not get a new job tomorrow. That starts with my room's dark and I don't feel good. Let me just open the curtains and let some sunlight in. You know what I mean? I kind of got this like sunken vampire thing. I'm all pale, you know, like that kind of thing. And you can tell when I'm depressed because I don't take care. I'm not as tan, and it starts, you know, it culminates. And you got to start small and build and get to that point. So,
hell yeah, yeah, man. We're kind of reaching the point now where we're closing up the interview. So, one thing I'd like to ask is, like, when we're leaving the audience, what is one final message or like word that you would like to leave the audience with?
Man, that's so hard. I'm a big word guy. Like, I fucking love words. I got a list of words that are like my favorite words. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I have a notebook at home and literally there's like 90 words and it's just like, this is a cool word. You know?
Really?
Yeah. You never had a word that you're like, it's just fun to say, like indubitably. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fun word to say, you know? But, you know, I hate to be cliche, but love, bro. Passion. Whether it's people, whether it's what you're doing, whether it's your clothes and your outfit, whether it's your girl, your multiple girls, your guy, whatever, I don't fucking care, bro. Like, love who you want to love, but do it with passion, do it with intention, and don't be too hard on yourself. Yeah. If you fuck up, bro. Oh well, move to the next one. You're not even gonna know what you fucked up about in 5 years. You know what I mean? You know how many things I've messed up, how many relationships and friendships I've messed up. I can't get those back, and I'm sad for that, but all I can do is appreciate that they were there and say, I'm going to try my best to make sure that doesn't happen in the future. Don't let these things replay over and over again. So passion, forgive yourself, and just love what you're doing. It's just so important. And just appreciate too. Really appreciate those people, the people in your life. If you don't have people in your life, that turned off, I think.
All right, the camera had just cut out there. Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming out today, letting me get an interview with you.
No, I appreciate the invite. This was it was fun to talk. I really like myself. I'm one of my favorite subjects to talk about, so I could do this all day, any day, and I'll come back anytime, bro. Like, I really appreciate the opportunity and the platform and some good questions, some good stories. Hopefully I didn't piss anybody off. I don't think I tried to be conscious of it, but whatever. You know, I didn't lie too much, only a lot there. But it is what it is. So yeah, I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, sweet, man. Thank you for the last message of, just loving what you do, caring about the people around you. I think it cut off like at the end there.
I mean, just one final little tidbit. If you don't have people around you, or you got the wrong people around you, find some good people, bro. And what can you give them? What can you offer them? How can you elevate them? Once people start elevating each other and instead of thinking about how other people can elevate you, it becomes more communal. Yeah. It becomes more of a shared vision. I want to see the whole squad grow. I'm not trying to blow up and take care of the squad. I'm trying to see the whole squad grow all at once. With the show coming up, with Hawaii's emerging music scene, I don't need to be the guy who blows up from Hawaii. That's not, I'm happy if it does happen. That would be amazing. But I would just love to see the scene, the community grow. I want to see more music come out. I want to see artists be like, damn, Hawaii is kind of fucking lit. Like, I want to go play out there and like chat it up and see that can happen. So, it takes all of us, and it takes all of us doing it the right way with each other. So that's what I'll leave on that point.
Hell yeah, man. Well, sweet. Could you, for anybody who like might be driving or something right now, could you like give your like Spotify name, your social media handles and everything?
It's all the same. I'm glad you said that, because every time people see it, they read it, they pronounce it wrong. Yeah. Every time so it's all gonna be Vryxster, and that's it's spelled with a V. I was like, oh, V's and X's are cool, so I'm gonna fucking make something cool like that. Vryxster, Vryxster. It sounds like trickster, but with a V instead, but we got a Y in there and some X and all that. So, I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple Music. I think I bought my own single the other day because I was like, I just got to buy it. It's got an album cover and it's official, So I was like, I'll pay $1 for myself. And I think I made like 0.02 cents or something off of it. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. But like, somebody bought it. I don't care. I'm on there. I'm on YouTube Music. I got a YouTube channel. It's got some really old music on it that's not that great. But one of them's got a really cool music video that this dude did, some anime cuts and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you can find me on there as well. SoundCloud's where all my ideas go. A lot of it's not polished. A lot of it's demos. But like, you can see the growth I've had. You can see how it changes. I'm available on there. You can hit me up on there. You can hit me up. I'm on Instagram. Check out a few of my outfits. Tell me I look dumb, whatever. I don't care. Like, let's just talk and chop it up. I really do appreciate anybody who's listened this whole time. And I really appreciate everybody who's ever taken a listen to one of my songs. I don't know if we talked about this, but I'm going to plug one more thing. SoundCloud, right? If you check this week on SoundCloud, I've got like Czech Republic. I've got like maybe like England. I've got Canada, Mexico, the United States, and I think Japan. Yeah. You go back 30 days, all of a sudden you've got, most of Europe has a listen or two at least. Yeah. You've got more parts of Asia. You go back the whole year, I've only got like 3,000 streams, but I've got listens in Africa in like 6 different places. I've got like half of South America covered. Like the whole freaking earth is like somebody's heard my music. Do you know how freaking cool that is?
Yeah, it's pretty
Even if my
crazy.
music was like kind of shitty at the time, somebody took the time to listen to me. Yeah. Thank you. I don't care who you are or where you're at. Thank you. And then for everybody who shared my stuff, listening to my story, whatever it is, even if it's just because you think I look cute, I appreciate that too. Whatever, bro. Like, thank you. Like honestly, I appreciate it so much. And anytime anybody wants to send me a message and talk about anything, it might take me some time to respond. I'm not that popular. I'm just lazy. But I will respond. We can talk. What's your vision? I want to hear what your vision is. What do you have going on? Whether that's music, whether that's doing something else, tell me about what you got going on and let's talk about it. I guarantee you, I will find some way to relate to it, and we can talk a little bit about it. You never made music, you want to make a song, okay, like let's figure it out. I want to teach just as much as I want to learn, so let's do it.
Hell yeah, man. Sweet. Thank you so much for coming out once again. His links to everything's gonna be in the description below, so please check that out. Support him, follow him, message him.
Follow Stream Panties. My first single just dropped. just like the panties do, right? Yeah, so my first single dropped, actually on Friday. Got like 6 followers. Totally appreciate those too. Go stream it, run it up. There's more things coming, more things on the way. Most of the people that are watching this, if they know me, I've already sent them probably like plenty of music. So, but all that stuff's gonna be on Spotify, and I'm just looking forward to growing and seeing where it goes to, bro. And I don't know how to pronounce it, so you know.
Chaesar videos.
Yeah. So shout out Chase videos, Chaesar videos, having me on, bro. Again, anytime you want me to come back, I will talk your fucking ear off all day. So don't sweat it. Let's do some work and then figure out what the next move is, bro.
Yeah,
so I appreciate it.
So check out all his links and everything for the work he's got going on for the show on Tuesday, which by the time you see this, it'll already have been done. Check that out and everything. Hopefully we can make a music video together in the future or something.
I think we can.
Go crazy hard. Yeah. Plant a chip in your head, have his music playing 24/7, get those streams up, support him, everything.
Thank you, everyone.
And shit, have a good day. Drink water, stay safe.
Let me do one last little shout out real quick. Okay, so I just got to name some people, that have been inspirations. I think I mentioned earlier, there's a guy, he's from Ohio as well, Midwest. He makes EDM. EDM sucks balls, but this dude knows how to design sound, and he's a great inspiration. He goes by Father Time. I appreciate that dude. Another dude, he goes by One Man Bands. He makes sick-ass beats. Clean as hell sound. He is a complete ass hater, and we love hating on people's music together. Man, this goes hard as mashed potatoes. We make jokes like that all day long, but he has elevated the music. Homie out in Canada, Miro. If you like R&B, hit him up. 14-year-old producer Shand, I mentioned him earlier. Love that dude. Everybody in the Discord that I'm in, I'll shout out the Discord and I'll send a link to that if that's cool too.
Yeah.
I'm a Discord mod. I still haven't got my fedora yet, but we're working on that. So if you want to come talk music and develop that way, there's a link for that too. Just know I do dominate those conversations a little bit. I'm gonna keep talking and build up. But anyways, thank you so much again. Shout out all those people and all the love that everyone's given me.
Yeah. Well, shit. Thank you so much. I'm gonna come over there, and we only have one camera left right now that survives. So I'm gonna come over there and wave, say goodbye. Hey, have a good one, everybody. Appreciate all the listens and everything.
Oh gosh, wait, I'm falling. How do that? I tried to get up and slip. All right, cool.
All right, sweet, man.
Yeah, hey, bro, that was awesome.
You did it, brother.
Yeah.